Right now, as we move closer to 2026, a major shift is unfolding beneath the surface, quiet, hidden, and dangerously easy to ignore. Prices are already rising at the factory level, new policy changes are rolling in, and several industries are signaling shortages long before the public notices anything. By the time most people wake up to what's happening, these essentials will be more expensive, harder to find, or completely out of reach. Today you'll discover the 10 critical items you must get before January 25th Street, so you stay prepared while others fall behind. Start preparing now. Number 1, construction, lumber and building materials as we move toward 2026. One of the earliest and most predictable pressure points in an economic shift is the cost of construction materials. What most people don't realize is that lumber, metal, hardware, brackets, and building supplies are already signaling a tightening trend. Policy adjustments, especially new tariff impacts on certain metals and Canadian-origin construction inputs, are creating a chain reaction that will hit homeowners and DIY builders hard. When the cost of raw materials rises upstream, it always reaches you, usually suddenly, usually at the worst possible moment, right when you need those supplies for repairs or projects. This is why acting now matters. Simple project like building shelving, repairing a fence, setting up garden beds, or reinforcing storage areas can double in cost once materials surge after. January 1st. Construction items aren't just for big home upgrades. They are the foundation of resilience in a crisis. Plywood, 2x4s, pressure-treated lumber, metal brackets, screws, anchors, and fasteners allow you to strengthen entry points, protect pipes, build storage, repair storm damage, and create emergency structures when shortages hit. During economic downturns, even basic hardware becomes harder to find because manufacturers prioritize commercial clients first. That leaves everyday households scrambling or paying inflated prices. And in a storm or a grid-down situation, waiting simply isn't an option. You need materials on hand before something breaks, not after. Building materials never go bad, never expire, and never lose usefulness. Their value rises with every supply chain hiccup or policy shift. So if you know you have projects coming up in the next year, or if you simply want a more secure home before instability ramps up, now is the time to buy what you need. Don't wait for the price. Get it before January 1st. Number 2. Vehicle parts and maintenance supplies. Your vehicle is more than transportation. It's your lifeline during economic instability, winter disruptions, and emergencies. But what most people realize is that the automotive supply chain is already showing early signs of strain heading into 2026. New Section 232 tariff adjustments are quietly raising the cost of heavy-duty vehicle components. And those increases rarely stay contained. They ripple outward, affecting everyday items like oil filters, brake pads, spark plugs, belts, hoses, wiper blades, bulbs, fuses, and essential fluids. These aren't luxury purchases. These are survival necessities. When one inexpensive part fails during a snowstorm, blackout, or evacuation, you don't just lose mobility, you lose options. Even small cars rely on a global network of metal suppliers, foreign manufacturers, electronics factories, and distributors, many of which are already under pressure from rising costs and supply chain complications. Once the new year begins, many of these price increases will hit the consumer level, and people who wait will pay significantly more for items they could have secured cheaply today. And during periods of economic uncertainty, auto parts disappear quickly because millions of drivers suddenly rush to prepare at the same time. By then, inventory dries up, forcing you into higher-priced alternatives or leaving you stuck with a vehicle that can't run. A well-prepared vehicle is a critical part of your emergency readiness. It allows you to evacuate safely, reach stores before shortages spread, travel during disruptions, and avoid costly breakdowns. Stocking extra filters, bulbs, fuses, belts, and fluids now protects you from being immobilized when you need your vehicle the most. These items store easily, cost little today, and can save you hundreds or even your safety later. Don't wait for the 2026 price wave to hit. Strengthen your vehicle now, before parts become harder to find and far more expensive. Number 3. Solar gear and backup power equipment as we move toward 2026 with more grid strain, more extreme weather, and more energy volatility. one category becomes more expensive almost every single year. Solar equipment and backup power systems. Lithium prices are unstable, metal costs are rising, and electronic supply chains continue to experience delays and shortages. Even minor policy changes in import classifications or component tariffs directly affect the cost of solar panels, charge controllers, inverters, batteries, portable power stations, connectors, wiring, and breakers. These issues are already happening upstream, and once they reach consumer retail, your window for affordable preparedness closes. Backup power is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. A portable power station, backup battery, or small set of panels can be the difference between sitting in the dark during a blackout and maintaining communication. Refrigeration, lighting, or medical devices. Anyone who has lived through a multi-day outage knows how fast a small investment can pay for itself. Yet most people wait too long until after the storm, after the blackout, after the headlines when prices spike and inventory disappears. The reality is simple. Solar and backup power gear rarely become cheaper over time. Costs rise year after year, and people consistently regret not buying earlier. If you've ever considered expanding your current solar setup, dating another battery, or getting your first emergency power station, do it before 2026. Waiting will cost you more, and in a crisis, delay can leave you powerless. Think ahead. Strengthen your home's energy resilience now. While prices are still within reach and inventory is steady, your future self will thank you. Number 4. Heating, cooling, and home insulation supplies as we move toward 2026. Energy costs are quickly becoming one of the most unpredictable and dangerous pressure points for households. Manufacturers have already signaled price increases for heating and cooling supplies heading into the new year. Combine that with extreme weather patterns, grid strain, and rising demand, and you get a perfect storm that will hit unprepared families the hardest. Staying warm in winter or cool during summer heat waves is becoming more expensive, and the window to prepare affordably is closing. That's why investing in insulation supplies, weatherproofing tools, and backup heating resources now is critical. Simple items like weather stripping, window insulation kits, pipe insulation, thermal curtains, and door seals may not seem urgent, but they become survival tools during severe cold. They keep heat inside, protect plumbing, reduce energy loss, and dramatically lower utility bills. Because these items are inexpensive today, stocking up before January 1st ensures you're prepared before demand spikes. Space heaters, fans, air circulators, and programmable thermostats are also forecasted to rise in costs due to higher material and manufacturing expenses. When the grid fails or temperatures drop unexpectedly, your home becomes your shelter. Insulation and heating supplies give you warmth, safety, and stability when outside conditions become dangerous. Too many people wait until the first storm hits only to find shelves empty or prices doubled. Strengthen your home now, reinforce insulation, secure heating tools, and make your living space resilient before 2026 delivers its first major weather or energy shock. Chapter 5. Canned, shelf-stable, and bulk food staples. Food prices have been rising for years. But what's happening now as we enter 2026 is different. Pressure is coming from every direction. Fertilizer costs fluctuating, global crop instability, transportation delays, and manufacturing inputs becoming more expensive at the same time. That means one thing. Food in 2026 will not be cheaper, and shortages may hit without warning. This is why building a strong, long-lasting pantry now is one of the smartest and most financially protective decisions you can make. Canned meats, vegetables, soups, beans, rice, teats, pasta, oils, sugar, salt, and long-term emergency meals are all trending upward in cost. Buying them today is far cheaper than scrambling to find them after January's price changes. A stocked pantry doesn't just save money, it stabilizes your life in crisis. Whether inflation surges again, storms disrupt trucking routes, or geopolitical tensions affect imports, your home becomes a reliable source of meals when stores can't guarantee availability. Unlike fresh groceries that spoil quickly, shelf-stable foods give you months or even years of protection. Canned goods last for years and remain dependable even during long power outages. Bulk items like rice, oats, and pasta stretch meals further and provide reliable calories when budgets tighten. In every major crisis, pandemics, economic shocks, Natural disasters, the first products people panic buy, are basic food staples. Shelves empty fast, prices spike overnight, and families are left with whatever remains. You can avoid all of that by preparing now. Store what you actually eat, rotate regularly, and keep multiple backups of the foods your family relies on most. This is more than convenience as your shield against rising costs and sudden shortages. Don't wait for the headlines or the next spike in grocery prices. Build your pantry today while shelves are full and prices are still predictable. Your future stability depends on the choices you make now. Number 6. Water storage, filters, and purification supplies. Water is always the first resource to become unstable during disasters. And as we move into 2026, the warning signs around water systems are already becoming visible. Many families don't realize how vulnerable water infrastructure truly is. Filters and purification systems rely on specialized membranes, plastic housings, imported parts, and foreign manufacturing. Any disruption, whether tariffs, supply shortages, shipping delays, or global instability, immediately drives up the cost of water filtration gear. And once consumer demand spikes, inventory disappears almost overnight. That's why securing water storage containers, countertop filters, replacement cartridges, portable filters, and purification tablets now is one of the most important steps you can take before the new year. In a crisis, you can survive weeks without food, but only days without water. A storm that knocks out power, a chemical spill that contaminates municipal lines, a freeze that bursts pipes, or a grid failure that stops pumps can leave entire regions without safe drinking water. Yet most households rely completely on the tap, assuming it will always work until the moment it doesn't, when outages strike. People rush to stores and grab everything they can. Jugs, bottles, filters, and shelves empty within hours. Those who act early never face that desperation. Those who wait are stuck with whatever is left. Water filters, gravity-fed systems, purification tablets, and storage drums give you control when the infrastructure around you becomes unreliable. They turn uncertainty into safety. Always. And unlike other preparedness categories, water readiness is not optionally, is essential for survival, hygiene, cleaning, and medical needs. If you want true resilience before 2026 begins, build your water system now. Fill your storage containers, secure your filters, buy extra cartridges, and put your purification tools in place. When water becomes scarce or contaminated jewel, be ready while others struggle. Number 7. Tools, hardware, and fasteners when people think about preparedness. They often picture food, water, and emergency gear, yet they overlook one of the most essential categories of long-term resilience: tools and hardware. As we approach 2026, metal-based products are already signaling price increases due to rising global metal costs and new trade adjustments. These changes don't just affect large equipment, they directly impact everyday essentials like screws, nuts, bolts, washers, drill bits, saw blades, wrenches, hammers, pliers, pry bars, and measuring tools. When metal prices rise, these items rise immediately. When supply chains tighten, manufacturers shift supply to commercial buyers first, leaving everyday homeowners with limited options. Tools are the backbone of self-reliance. When a storm damages your home, when a shelf breaks, when a pipe loosens, or when a fence collapses, you can't wait for restocks or pay inflated prices. Having the right tools along with hardware to complete repairs gives you the ability to fortify your home, build protective structures, assemble storage, and handle emergencies without depending on outside help. In a crisis, repairability becomes survival ability. If you can fix things yourself, you reduce costs, avoid downtime, and maintain control. Hardware stores experienced major shortages during previous disruptions. Many homeowners discovered too late that even simple items like screws and blades can vanish when demand spikes. Tools never expire, never go bad, and never lose value. In fact, they often become more valuable during economic instability because they reduce your dependence on professional labor. Before 2026 hits and new costs ripple into retail, build your toolkit intentionally. Gather the hardware you rely on most, pick up backup blades and bits, and fill the gaps in your repair capabilities. You'll thank yourself when the next storm, outage, or unexpected repair arrives, and you're already prepared. Number 8. Clothing, workwear, and footwear. As we approach 2026, another category many people overlook but will absolutely feel rising costs is clothing, workwear, and durable footwear. Nearly all high-quality, long-lasting clothing used for preparedness is imported. That means jackets, boots, gloves, rain gear, insulated pants, base layers, and workwear are all subject to rising manufacturing costs, shipping delays, fuel increases, and international supply chain pressure. When new 2026 inventory arrives, those increases will be reflected directly on price tags. Waiting until the coldest months or the new year means you'll be paying far more for the same items you could secure affordably today. Clothing isn't just comfort, it's survival. It's during winter storms, grid failures, or extended outages. Your ability to stay warm without depending entirely on heating systems becomes critical. A durable pair of boots protects you during snow and debris. Insulated jackets and base layers help you conserve body heat when indoor temperatures begin to drop. Gloves, rain gear, and work pants protect you during repairs, outdoor tasks, and emergencies when you can't afford injuries or exposure. Unlike consumables, quality clothing lasts for years, making it one of the smartest long-term preparedness investments. Seasonal items always spike in price closer to winter, but when you combine that with tightening supply chains and rising shipping costs, the increases become even more noticeable. Many households remain unprepared because they wait for cold weather only to find stock limited or prices doubled. If you want to build real resilience before 2026, secure your workwear and cold weather clothing now. Buy durable boots before prices jump. Get insulated layers while they're still affordable. Equip your family with the gear they'll rely on when the weather and economy becomes unpredictable. Clothing is not optional. It's protection and security when everything else becomes unstable. Number 9. Household essentials and cleaning supplies. When people think about rising prices or supply shortages, they immediately picture food, fuel, or power, but one of the first categories to experience sudden disruption is household essentials. As we approach 2026, items like detergents, dish soap, disinfectants, trash bags, sponges, paper towels, and basic cleaning chemicals are already under price pressure because this category heavily depends on imports. It's global shipping, plastic production, and large-scale distribution systems. Any increase in transportation costs, trade policy changes, or raw material shortages immediately hits this category first. And once prices rise at the wholesale level, they rarely come back down. During economic downturns, households often cut back on cleaning supplies until a crisis hits. When storms, outages, or disruptions occur, people rush to restock, and shelves empty within hours. We've seen it many times. A single winter storm or supply chain hiccup can wipe out local inventory of disinfectants, paper goods, dish soap, and sanitation products. The danger is simple: without cleanliness, illness spreads faster, especially when access to medical care is strained or expensive. Maintaining hygiene is not optional in a crisis. It's one of your most important defenses. Trash bags, disinfectants, and cleaning tools are also crucial during power outages or limited water situations. When sanitation systems slow down, you need reliable ways to stay clean, manage waste, and prevent contamination. These items are lightweight, affordable right now, and easy to store. But their prices rise quickly when fuel or shipping costs spike. Instead of waiting for the next wave of panic buying or price increases, build a buffer now. Stock enough household essentials to keep your home clean, safe, and functional during any disruption. These items may seem small, but in a crisis, they become the difference between order and chaos. Number 10. Emergency power and lighting equipment as we move closer to 2026. One of the most overlooked but rapidly rising categories is emergency power and lighting. Extreme weather continues to strain an aging power grid, and even minor disruptions can trigger extended blackouts. At the same time, the cost of batteries, LEDs, electronic components, and rechargeable systems is climbing because these products depend on metals, lithium technology, and foreign manufacturing. Once the new year begins, these increases will show up on store shelves as higher prices, limited stock, and longer restock times. Emergency lighting isn't just about comfort, it's about safety. LED lanterns, flashlights, headlamps, rechargeable batteries, power banks, and extension cords allow you to move safely in the dark, maintain communication, and keep essential devices running. During blackouts, a reliable lantern becomes the difference between calm control and dangerous panic. Power banks keep phones alive for weather alerts or emergency communication. The rechargeable batteries free you from depending on disposable types that vanish quickly during storms. While these items are affordable today, they become extremely difficult to find during large-scale outages. Families who have experienced recent grid failures know how fast these supplies disappear. Stores flood with customers, and emergency lighting is among the first items to sell out. But you don't have to be part of that scramble. By preparing now, you ensure your home stays illuminated, safe, and functional when the grid falters weather for a few hours or several days. Now is the time to build your emergency lighting kit. Buy lanterns before prices rise, gather rechargeable batteries while they're affordable, and add at least one reliable power bank to your household. When darkness arrives unexpectedly, preparation becomes your greatest advantage. As 2026 approaches, the signals are impossible to ignore. Rising costs, tightening supply chains, and unpredictable weather will challenge anyone who waits too long to prepare. But you are not powerless. Every item you stock now is one less crisis you'll face later. Preparedness isn't fear, it's freedom, stability, and control in a world that's becoming harder to predict. Start with one category today, then build steadily. The earlier you act, the safer your future becomes. Hope is not a plan, action is. Prepare now, while you still have the chance.